What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at a rowing machine from a company called Aviron. And there is something very unique about this rowing machine and about Averon in general that I don't think I personally have ever seen in the home fitness exercise equipment market before. So you're gonna wanna stick around for this. I think that they're making the best strides, in my opinion, towards making working out fun and almost addicting even. So yeah, this might just be the rowing machine for you, and Averon might just be your home gym company in general. In fact, I don't think I've ever been more excited and have been looking forward to getting on a piece of exercise equipment more than I have with the Averon machine. In fact, we've had it here at the studio and I haven't been able to work out on it as much as I'd like to because it's not in my house. And so I'm really excited to get this video done so I can move it over to my house and start using it every single day. So anyway, that's enough vamping or whatever you want to call it. I'm excited if you couldn't tell, and I'm excited to dive into this review. Before we do though, on this channel we talk about tech from an intentional living and minimalist perspective. We love tech that marries form and function. So if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing and like this video for more. Special thanks to Averon for sending us this rowing machine for review. They have been absolutely amazing to work with. And if at any time during this video you want to pick up your rowing machine or any other product they might have, there should be a link in the description. And of course, if you buy through that link, it will help out the channel as well. All right, let's get into the review, but first coffee. So first, let's talk about the build quality and the design. The first thing you'll probably notice out of the box is this thing is huge. It's over 7 feet long. It's built like an absolute tank, and it can hold up to 500 pounds, I think. So a 500-pound person can use this thing. The build quality is just absolutely amazing. It's robust. I don't know, it feels so sturdy when you're using it. But I think the good thing about how big it is it's actually meant to be stored vertically. So you can pick up the back rails and just lean it up against a wall, and then it only takes up about this much space in any room. So though it's a fairly large machine, it doesn't always have to take up that much space when it's not being used. And I think that design element is fantastic. But I will say, besides it just being super sturdy and robust, I think the design elements were well thought out, and I'll walk through a few of them now. So the seat is actually lifted up quite a bit from the rails, which actually allows for a more comfortable sitting position. It's almost about the size of a regular chair you would be sitting in. So getting up and down, in and out of this machine is super easy. That said, the rails of the machine are actually pretty low to the ground, so stepping over is not an issue either. The seat itself is angled forward slightly and it's quite wide, so you're in the perfect sort of position to do your workouts. It's also really comfortable to sit on. Something all rowing machines have are the foot holders, and you can actually adjust the width or narrowness of those foot holders, which I think is fantastic to adjust for maybe if some of you all have a bigger belly like I find I do these days. You can give yourself a bit more room with your stance. You can tighten them in if you want that more athletic push with your rows, but it's fully adjustable, which I think is fantastic. And I don't know if I've ever seen this kind of adjustment available on a rowing machine before. The handlebar itself, I think, is about 19 inches wide, which actually allows for a super comfortable wide grip or medium grip. So something we'll get into here in just a second is this machine is actually geared towards strength training as well as cardio workouts. So having a different area to grip on this handlebar is actually key. So you can adjust the resistance of this machine, which actually goes all the way up to 100 pounds of resistance, which again, we'll get into here in a bit. But I think what's cool is you can adjust it right on the screen itself, or actually on the handlebar there are buttons which sort of fire an IR blaster at the screen. So you can actually adjust your resistance right there on the handlebars without having to stop your machine and go forward and touch the controls there. So just wrapping up on sort of the hardware and the physical aspects of this rowing machine, I think software aside and what Averon has going for it aside, if this was just a rowing machine with no screen attached, the build quality is fantastic. I think it might even be worth the price if you're just buying a rowing machine with no software involved. Even in intense workouts, there's no jostling or I don't know, it's just very sturdy. It feels strong. And there's no worry about this thing falling apart, or after a few months or years of usage falling apart. It's just, it's perfect. So we're kind of transitioning here. So from the actual just rowing machine, there's actually a huge touchscreen on this rowing machine as well. Almost maybe bigger than you need, but hey, I'm not complaining. Sometimes bigger the better. Especially as I enter my 30s and my eyesight seems to be going slightly, having a bigger screen is perfect. I think it has decent speakers. You can obviously attach, Bluetooth headphones to this if you need to, but it does have Wi-Fi, and you can actually even input an Ethernet cable if you wanted to as well. But the UI experience of the software itself is clean, it's intuitive, but that leads us into what I wanted to do here, which really take a huge section of this video and focus on the software that Averon has created. Because yes, the machine itself, as I've said, is robust, it's great, it's premium feeling, but I think where Averon really shines here is their software. And they have just really put a lot of time, attention, and detail into how can we make exercising more enjoyable? How can we make it something we look forward to? How can we make it something addictive, even in a good way? But what Averon has done here, and I think what makes them stand out among other fitness equipment out there, is they have gamified the experience of working out. So we're gonna dive into, I'm gonna go sit on the rower and just kind of walk you through the software, because there's a lot here in the form of entertainment while you're using the machine, challenges, games and things like that, competing against your friends and others. There's a lot that draws me personally back into wanting to use the machine, and I think it will for you too. So we're gonna head on over to the machine and I'll walk you through the software.
Hello, welcome to the part of the video where I show you just the sort of interface here. I think the software is honestly what makes this machine stick out the most, and so I thought it would be probably worthwhile to just walk through everything you're able to do with your Averon rowing machine. From what I understand, this is the same sort of UI that you get across all of their machines. I just kind of want to walk through it, because what I think the beauty of this machine is everything that's included here, and there's actually a ton of this outside of, I think, some of these coached classes and maybe some of these power play features. I'll let you know in the comments down below, but all of this is like open to be used without the subscription. So paying for a subscription gets you a little bit more, but there's a lot included here even outside of the subscription, which I think is really exciting. So yeah, I just kind of want to walk through this. So you do need to be connected to the internet to do some of this stuff, not all of it. You can actually connect your Apple Watch to be able to see sort of your heart rate tracking on screen. It has to be done through the smartphone app, which is kind of strange, and it's not the best way of doing that in my opinion, but I understand they probably have to have some workarounds. But you can in fact connect your watch to the screen while you're working out. So over here, I mean, what you'll find is this is basically just a I don't know, like a big Android tablet, if you will, but it's a nice, big, beautiful screen. Maybe 1080p would be my guess. Don't quote me on that, but like when you're in normal sort of like rowing, you're not like this. So it looks fine sitting 2 feet back, at your closest here. So yeah, I think that's great. You have your profile. You can set all of this kind of stuff, your password and all that. You can come over to your workout history, see what you've done, see your output, your calories, meters, strokes, all that kind of stuff, which is super exciting here. You can see which workouts you did, which is cool. I've done a few. More than anything though, I'm excited to take this home and actually use it daily. And then your achievements as well, which is all really exciting. The touchscreen is great, super easy to use, doesn't glitch as far as I can tell. Notification center. So yeah, that's kind of all that's here. I don't know what this get started is. I guess it kind of shows you around here. So quick start, notifications, favorites, swipe leaderboards, monthly challenges, live group workouts is pretty cool. That's very Peloton-ish. Sorry to compare to another brand, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and skip that. You can see this kind of leads you to your overview here. I'm in this February Frenzy, which is the monthly challenge. You can kind of see I'm 8 out of 20 workouts. I don't have any friends on here yet, so any friends out there, if you have this, let's connect and be friends on here and challenge one another, which is super fun. Here's your leveling up system. I'm an amateur. I have an hour left, or I guess 25 minutes to level up to athlete, which is cool. Here's some popular sessions here. Group workout lobby. Time machine is super cool. You're able to actually go back and race against your friends in the past or yourself in the past, which is super cool. Just in case you're not on the rowing machine at the same time for a workout, you can just race against a previous version of your friend or yourself, which is super cool. And then structured programs as well. Here's sort of the main category of things you can do. So you can do a quick start, obviously, which is just, let me just get rowing and just sort of pick out my own sort of rowing workout. SkyQuest is one I haven't played yet, but looks really fun. I think it seems like it's a game where you try to match the intensity, and you have like a little ship that flies through the air and you try to like go through rings and stuff. Apps are here, like you can get TikTok, Kindle, Tubi, YouTube TV, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Hulu, YouTube, Paramount Max. That's all they currently have on here. These are actually new, so they are continuing to add stuff. If you want to read a book while you're rowing, you can do that, which is cool. I've yet to actually use any of these while I'm rowing, but that's an option. Take your mind off the exercise and just kind of coast along while you're watching something. They have a ton of games, so something for everyone. Well, I guess in this game section there's not a ton, but I've played Rags to Riches. Fishing is a newish one, I think. I haven't played a lot of these. You've got your kind of these games of like the past, which is cool. Super fun. Competition is cool. They're like games, but you are kind of co-opted. You're racing against people, which is super cool. I haven't tried any of these out yet. I think that's what's the most exciting about this, is like there's so much I haven't done, and I think that's what gets me most excited to come back and use this, is there's still so much I can do. This one's pretty funny. You actually race against like a virtual like Olympian. Like this is I can't even say their names. Brianne Bartolini is a rower, medalist in the NCAA rowing championships. So you can like see how good you are against like her pacing and all that stuff. I think that's super fun. They've got a lot of athletes on here, which is super cool. I don't know. I think that's fun. Who's this? Football player. Wow. Cool. You can race them, which is super cool. And then your coach classes, right? Like this is kind of instructive. Like here's intro to rowing, rowing for fitness, rowing 101. This guy's everywhere. He's kind of a goober. But yeah, I mean, you can have your regular sort of like, personal training kind of thing going on here. There's games. Of course, you have guided workouts, which I think that's another thing, is they've tried to sort of make a lot of these workouts like full body, like not just rowing, but like push-ups and tricep dips and curls and all this kind of stuff, which they're able to do with this machine because of how much, I don't know, there's a lot of versatility here, but also just the fact that it can go up to 100 pounds of resistance adds for a lot of like weight training and stuff too. And then obviously like a virtual setting here. So check it out here. The faster you row, the faster the video plays, which is super exciting. But you see it's stopped. And then as we're going here, it's got sound effects, and I don't know, you can travel around the world, into different places, which is super exciting. I don't know, I've yet to try this out either, but I think I would love to do this, just explore around basically. And then, yeah, if there's not a place on here that you like say you wanted to go to Hawaii and it's not on here, I don't know if that's the case, but say it wasn't. You could always go to YouTube and find, a video of someone rowing in a place around the world that isn't included on here. Obviously, it won't be matched to how fast you're rowing, but it's still pretty cool. Your monthly challenges are here. Friends are here. If I had any, I have no friends. Be my friend. Which is super cool. You've got your different months up here you can choose from. I only started this in February, so favorites are here. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's so much here. There's so much in terms of different types of workouts. You can read about them. You can see kind of each section of the app has these like places to learn more about it. You can come here and connect Spotify, Apple Music. Even if you're playing like a game or you're in like a coached session, you can have music playing, which is super cool. You can log in there. Again, this is where you connect your fitness tracker. And I feel like that's kind of it.
So after using the Averon rowing machine and testing it out for a few weeks now, I think it's safe to say that it is my favorite piece of exercise equipment I've ever owned and possibly ever used. Any exercise equipment at the gym has never been this much fun, this entertaining, and this like addicting in terms of like calling me back to use the machine and exercise. The ability to gamify workouts, challenge yourself, and stay engaged with exercising just makes all the difference. If you're someone like me who struggles to stay motivated in your working out and staying healthy and having a healthy lifestyle, I would seriously look into the Averon machines. Now, pricing is a premium price, but I think for what you get and just that call back to working out that I've never experienced before, I don't know, I would pay a lot of money for that, to be called back to working out like naturally. I don't think you can put a price on that, to be honest. These Averon devices aren't just about burning calories, they're actually about enjoying the process of working out and looking forward to coming back to that every single day. So again, seriously, special thanks to Averon for sending out this machine for review. And again, if you're interested, there should be a link in the description. And that's gonna do it for this review. Thanks so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, like this video for more, watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it, and I'll see you all in the next one.